and community development. What a great day in Oak Ridge. What a great day for Tennessee. Today's announcement is one that is so significant for the future of reliable and clean energy in our state. I'm excited to take part in announcing this milestone. It is my pleasure to announce our first speaker, who we are very fortunate to have as our governor, former business owner who understands the importance of economic development and jobs and changing lives for many Tennesseans. Since he took office in 2019, he's our biggest champion of advocating for high quality job opportunities statewide. In his second term, he has made strategic investments in Tennessee's future, specifically when it comes to infrastructure, because he is planning for the next generation. One of his most recent investments being in the future of clean and reliable energy. In 2023, in partnership with the General Assembly, the governor created and allocated $50 million to the Nuclear Energy Fund, with an additional $10 million allocated in this current year. And in just a few minutes, you will hear more about the fourth project and the second company to receive nuclear energy dollars. So with that, please join me in welcoming my friend and 50th Governor, Bill Lee.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Commissioner texted me early this morning and said, welcome to this day. We're glad it's arrived. This is a truly great day for the state of Tennessee, and I'm grateful for his work, and he is right. This is a very, very important day for our state, and there are so many people who have, frankly, for decades, have been a part of putting in place the pieces that have brought us to today. I'm very honored. Lots of folks in the room here. Senator Blackburn, thank you for your leadership for our country, for our state, and on this issue in particular for our state as well. Congressman Fleischman, you're leaning into this issue for our state has been incredibly important and educational for me. Frankly, you and I have done a lot of work as it relates to creating an environment for the new nuclear industry to thrive in our state. So thank you for that. Lieutenant Governor McNally, your leadership, sir, in this community and in the state is one that's been part of that, what I referred to earlier, the decades of investment to make sure that our community and our state continues to thrive. We have other members of the General Assembly here, important partners, Senator Yeager, Representative Fritz, Representative Reagan, Representative Zachary. I say that because this nuclear fund that we created was because of the decision of the General Assembly to fund that, to invest in it, and to expand it this year. There are members of the Nuclear Advisory Council here that we created a couple of years ago. Thank you for your work. I've known for a long time, as many of you have, that Tennessee is the leader and certainly has had a historical place in leading in nuclear energy for our country. In all things nuclear from our countries, from the Manhattan Project to today, this region has been pivotal for the nuclear industry in America and in the world. And there's a new nuclear industry coming, and we know that. There is a need like never before for energy independence in this country, for reliable, safe, cost-effective energy for this country. And there is no conversation about the future of America's energy industry that doesn't include nuclear. And nowadays, there are not many nuclear conversations that don't include Tennessee. And So today I'm very pleased to announce that a major player in the nuclear industry, Orano USA, has made a decision to build their multi-billion-dollar centrifuge uranium enrichment project right here in Oak Ridge. Jean-Luc, you and your team, we are very grateful for the decisions that you have made. You not only are positioning Tennessee, along with the other significant companies that have chosen to become part of the ecosystem here for the nuclear industry, you've not only chosen to position us, but you've also, because of this decision, you've changed the lives of Tennesseans. You're changing the lives of the future of Tennesseans, and we are very grateful for that, and we welcome you this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor. And so with that great segue, is now my pleasure to invite the company's president and CEO to the podium to share more about their multi-billion-dollar site investment in Roane County. Jean-Luc, the floor is yours.
Sorry, I think it's pretty high. I'm not as tall as Stuart. So anyway, Commissioner McQuarrie, thank you so much for the introduction. Governor Lee, Senator Blackburn, Congressman Flashman, Senator Yeager, Undersecretary Richmond, Lieutenant Governor McNally, Chief Operating Officer Moore, Mayors Gooch, Creswell, and Frank, state, county, and city representatives, colleagues, and honorary guests. As CEO of Orano USA and the representative, thank you, Ashley. As CEO of Orano USA and as a representative of the global Orano Group, it's with extreme pleasure that I'm here today. This is a momentous occasion, and for me, a personal milestone. With this announcement today, we're starting the process to secure the land, the financing from the federal government, and the license to build this much-needed uranium enrichment facility right here in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. For more than 50 years, Orano has supplied uranium fuels to utilities in the US and around the world. Our focus is to ensure that our utility customers, like TVA, can reliably perform their mission of generating steady and clean electricity. This energy is vitally important to power our daily lives and energize economic development. This is an increasing national security imperative. 30 years ago, the United States was uranium. Today, it produces only 1/3 of what it needs. America now imports enriched uranium from China and Russia, sources that are increasingly less desirable and even restricted. This cannot continue, and we are taking action. To meet the global need for enriched uranium, we are expanding the output of existing French facility. And here in the United States, proactive funding actions by Congress and by the US Department of Energy, along with clear demand from customers, enable us to make this significant decision right here in Tennessee. I would like to thank Senator Blackburn, Congressman Flashman, and Undersecretary Richmond for taking the lead and promoting the construction of new domestic enrichment plants. But why Oak Ridge? Because we're in the secret city, I will tell you a secret. So when we started this process, Oak Ridge was not even on the map of the potential sites for IKE. It was added at a later stage by my good friend Mike Mullis, and guess what? It obviously became our first choice. And why? First, the vision of Governor Lee and the executive order promoting nuclear energy. The results of Governor Lee's policy and the actions of Commissioner McQuarter and his team have been powerful and remarkable. As a result, Eastern Tennessee is home to 154 nuclear energy companies. 154, this is really impressive. But in fact, it was 154 yesterday, because today this number came up to 155 with us, Orano. Second, the support that we have received from Congressman Flashman has been outstanding and energetic. Everybody knows that he's a national champion of restoring US leadership in nuclear energy through financial and industrial legislation. Thank you so much, Congressman Flashman. But also is a very enthusiastic advocate for Tennessee. I understand why. For in the last 5 months, I've been here more than 10 times, and every time I really enjoy being in the great state of Tennessee. And just not in Tennessee, but especially in your community. You have strong and deep ties to nuclear energy, and you're incredibly welcoming. Senator Yeager, Mayors Creswell, Gooch, Frank, and Justin Snow, and Randy Heyman, thank you so much for your amazing support. When we met for the first time, you showed me this wonderful video about your community. It was called Get Back Home. But to me, that video said, make this our home. But the facility is nothing without capable people. And this region, this state, has a remarkable education program implemented by the state, the counties, UT, Tennessee Tech, One State Community College, the TCATs, and many others. With this program, you provide the education and training for skilled workers, technicians, engineers, staff, and many other jobs that will be needed. Thank you. So let's talk about technology. Once we spin up our centrifuges for the very first time, they will run non-stop for 20 years or more. Think about that for a moment. It means that we'll need a world-class power supply 24/7 for at least 20 years. And who can do this? TVA. Don will be your customer, and we hope that you will be ours in a true industrial partnership for the benefit of the Valley, of Tennessee, and of the nation. Finally, we are very proud of partnering with the US Department of Energy to clean up and convert one of their sites, set aside originally for Manhattan Project, and repurpose it into one of the largest and state-of-the-art uranium enrichment facilities in the country. So thank you, Jeff Avery, Jay Mellis, Erin Sutton, and Ken Ruder for your amazing support and for what you're doing for the nation. So today is a commencement. There's still a lot of work to be done and milestones to be met. But today, we take that first significant step forward together to respond to our nation's critical need for an increased, reliable, and domestic supply of enriched uranium. So we look forward to continuing our successful collaboration, and we're honored and proud to be a Tennessean. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jean-Luc. Welcome to Tennessee. You look good in orange. I know you will. Now I'd like to invite our next speaker and friend, U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn, to the podium.
What a wonderful day, and I am so thrilled to join all of you. And Jean-Luc, we need to see you at a UT football game with that energy. We've got to cheer these Vols on to victory. Yes, indeed. And this is a project that is going to be so significant for this region. It is exciting to see this take place. And I know the governor, Commissioner McWhorter, have worked on this Congressman Fleischman did so much deep digging on this project to make it work, and I know everyone else involved is pleased to get this project to this point. One of the reasons I think Tennessee is so attractive to companies as we talk about nuclear is because of the basis that we have right here in this industry. When you think about nuclear in Tennessee, it is 40,000 Tennesseans that work in the nuclear energy. It brings $9.8 billion to our state. And across the state, whether it is here in Oak Ridge or at Arnold Engineering, you've got 200 companies that are nuclear companies that call Tennessee home. And yes, I will have to update my stats. It's 201 as of today. And we're thrilled, just so thrilled with the potential for this project. We're so thrilled with what it means for Tennesseans and for future workers. And indeed, we know we're going to have that workforce here that is going to allow Orano to stay with us for a very long time. Thank you all.
Thank you, Senator. Our next speaker represents Tennessee's 3rd Congressional District. He's already been mentioned several times, and I would say he did indeed play a big role, a very critical role in us being here today. And with his leadership and friendship and commitment to not only the state of Tennessee, but this district and certainly Oak Ridge, it's my honor to now ask Congressman Fleischman to please come up to the podium.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour. I'm Chuck Fleischman, and this is another great day in East Tennessee. Governor Lee, Commissioner McWhorter, Jean-Luc, our good friends at TVA, our good friends at the Department of Energy, my dear friend and colleague, Senator Blackburn, Senator Yeager, what a wonderful day this is. A few months ago, I received a call from Commissioner McWhorter, and he put something on the table that said, this is big. This is something that could really revolutionize nuclear energy in America. Now, most of you know I'm probably the strongest supporter, proponent for new nuclear in the United States House of Representatives. The question is why? The demand for energy, whether it's in the great state of Tennessee or in the United States or across the world, is booming. We know that demand for energy, electricity, is going to continue to grow and grow. Brenda and I just came back from Eastern and Central Europe. Countries that are fortunately leaving the Russian grid and going on the European grid need energy. I heard the great state of Tennessee mentioned in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Austria, and even Germany, where hopefully they will rethink their decision not to go with nuclear. The bottom line is there is no other place in the world other than where we are, Jean-Luc, in the great state of Tennessee, in the city of Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge is the birthplace of nuclear energy. It's the Manhattan Project. It's medical isotopes. It's all the work that our great partners at DOE have done down through the years. It's probably some of the greatest academic institutions, my alma mater, the University of Tennessee, Tennessee Tech emerging, starting a nuclear engineering program. We have academia. We have the best, and I say this with a capital B, the best utility in the United States of America with TVA. Thank you. We could not get it done without TVA. Our elected leaders, our governor, a champion for new nuclear, $60 million in seed money to bring companies to Tennessee, and it succeeded. Our other state leaders, whether it's in the State House, the State Senate, our local mayors, our workers, our workforce here who have worked for years, sometimes under very difficult conditions. They do just a tremendous job. So we're all coming together at the right time. So Jean-Luc, when we put Tennessee on the table, I am so privileged and thankful that you chose us. The people of the great state of Tennessee will never let you down. We never let the nation down. We never let the world down. In a word, we are the best. Thank you, and God bless you.
We're so fortunate in the state to have great leadership both in Tennessee as well as in D.C. I think you all know that, but to be able to be here today to announce a project of this significance are those reasons why. And with that, I would like to invite members of our General Assembly to come up to the podium. We certainly want to recognize the importance of the role they play with us being able to be here today. So would you guys like to please come on up? Senator Yeager, Senator, Governor McNally, members, come on up.
I've been asked to say a word or two, and I'm glad to do that. This is a historic occasion. It is a day of celebration. We're on the right side of history on this issue, and because of the work that the men and women on this front row and in this audience, and a few of us behind the mic have done, we're able to welcome you with a significant investment in Tennessee's workforce and in our economy. It is a game changer for Roane County and Oak Ridge, and we are glad you are here. The Tennessee General Assembly, which I'm certainly not worthy to speak for because I have the Lieutenant Governor here standing beside me, fully supports you. We were very supportive of Governor Lee's proposed appropriation for a nuclear fund and then subsequent increasing that fund, which has played a part in making Tennessee, putting Tennessee on the table and making us more attractive to nuclear industry in this state. And I think we've come full circle. You know, the Manhattan Project, we came here and cleared off a lot of farmland. People didn't know really what they were making because everything was top secret, but they were making the fuel that would enable enriched uranium. They were enriching uranium here. So we've come full circle. And I just think that is such a historic time for us that this has happened. So we're glad you're here. And the partners here, if I may, you know, this happened, as others have already said, because people work together. We put self behind us, and we thought what was good for Tennessee. And that's real leadership, people like Governor Lee. He inspired us all in the legislature 2 years ago when he talked about his vision for that Tennessee become an ecosystem for nuclear support industries. Thank you for your vision and the funding and the appointment of the Nuclear Advisory Council, which I have the privilege to sit on. Thank you for your leadership, because what you did then, you planted the seeds that enable us to make this announcement today. And of course, my members of the House and the Senate who are standing here, we gladly supported you with those appropriations, I might add, with unanimous votes. So we're glad to do that. Commissioner?
It sticks with you, it sticks with their loved ones, and it sticks with the community. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger just posting on X, praying for the students and staff of Appalachia High School today. And much more breaking news.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many
They've worked very hard. Very, very hard cooperation. I've seen the greatest cooperation between the county and the city that I have in years. And it's due to the leadership of these two men. So these are a few of the folks. Congressman Fleischman, Senator Blackburn, the role you play in the federal government. And Justin Snow, who I believe will be speaking later, the director of the Roane Alliance and the Roane County Industrial Board. I have never seen a person embrace this as enthusiastically as he has. And he did everything he could locally to carry his load and make this partnership work. So thank you for letting me just go down this alphabet, this of heroes. But I wanted to just leave you with one thought. Besides, there's some very fine leaders on the front row and beside me. Because it is important that we worked together. We never thought about self. We never thought about the glory. We thought about getting the job done. And now we can announce this industry that's going to bring 300 jobs to Tennessee, but also help free us from the shackles of the market that we're forced to use from Russia and communist China. I'm forever grateful for that, so thank you. And finally, and I promised Stuart that I'd only take 2 minutes, surely I have maybe 3. Now, with apologies to my college French teacher, here we go. Bienvenue, mon ami. Nous sommes heureux que vous soyez ici. Vive la France, vive les États-Unis et vive l'État de Tennessee. Bienvenue. Welcome. Good job. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thank you, Senator Yeager, members of the General Assembly. We appreciate you guys. We often hear and believe that the relationships built during this recruitment process are a deciding factor, not only for this project, for really for every project that we land in Tennessee. And our relationship in coordination with TVA is imperative to our success. So now it's my pleasure to invite TVA Executive Vice President and COO, Don Mull, to the podium. Don?
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and it really is great to be here with you all on such a historic day. As Stu let you know, I'm Don Mull. I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer for the Tennessee Valley Authority, but I also have the privilege of being a member of the Governor's Nuclear Energy Advisory Council, and just let me say, we are so fortunate in the state of Tennessee to have a governor who's such a champion for the nuclear energy industry and the opportunities that it brings to our state. Thank you. You know, safe nuclear energy is integral to TVA's mission of powering the economic prosperity of the Valley, which is growing at a clip of about 3 times the national average. We believe nuclear energy must be a part of our regional and national drive toward a cleaner energy future. Emerging technologies like new nuclear show great promise in increasing TVA's power generating capabilities by offering reliable, affordable, resilient, and cleaner energy. In fact, the TVA board approved up to $350 million for the development of small modular reactors at our Clinch River site right here in Oak Ridge. The state of Tennessee is proudly cultivating a nuclear renaissance and leading the way in not only energy security, but also national security. East Tennessee's status as a nuclear technology incubator is made possible through a collaborative and partnerships between TVA, the U.S. Department of Energy, state and local economic development agencies, and innovative companies like Orano. Supporting jobs and investment is fundamental to TVA's core mission, and today's major commitment by Orano will bring good jobs and greater opportunities to the people in this area. Working together, we will build an ecosystem for the future of nuclear. Thank you, Governor Lee, and all of the partners and leaders in the room, Senator Blackburn, Congressman Fleischmann, all the local leaders, Jean-Luc, for your leadership and support of nuclear innovation. And of course, thank you, Arano, for coming to Tennessee. We are really glad to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don. For these projects to be successful, a company has to fall in love with the community, and the community has to fall in love with the company. It needs to be the right fit. Our next two speakers are boots on the ground in this region, and they are the leaders that are doing what is right for Oak Ridge and Roane County. First up is County Executive Cresswell. The mic is yours, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. Do you all know that Senator Yeager was my predecessor for 24 years, several years ago? And did you also know that one of the perks of being the predecessor, if somebody speaks after you, is they get to steal your speech? So I can almost say this word, almost word for word. The point I wanted to bring up today, so I can get right to it, since he said a lot of what I was going to say, is that through this project development, there are several key people who created turning points throughout the project recruitment. And it's a journey. Anybody who's been on project recruitment can say, so I'm just going to hit a few of these points before I turn it over to my friend Mayor Gooch. First of all, we want to thank John Luke. I have prayed for a very long time for God to change our community in ways that help, they're common to small rural communities, the challenges that we face together. And I'm so thankful for those answered prayers and that God brought you to our community. Thank you for choosing us and feeling comfortable being here. It is a great fit. Governor Lee, we are not here without you prioritizing nuclear energy and understanding what a different place this is. What you and your team have brought to the table made all the difference. It started, it set the tone, it set the path. And I just want to thank you for creating the Tennessee Nuclear Energy Advisory Council. Many of the members are here, if not all of the members are probably here. And of course, the Nuclear Energy Fund. It made a huge difference. So I just want to thank you for setting that tone. From the first day that Project IKE was born outside the governor's office on January 14th, Chief Brandon Gibson, Commissioner Rick Werder, Assistant Commissioner Borden, and the team at ECD, Commissioner Salyers, and his team at TDEC have all shown great leadership throughout this recruitment process, and also a great respect for a partnership with the local communities too. You made a huge difference on day one and set the tone and paved the way for us. Congressman Fleischmann, thank you for what you've done in Washington, D.C. and working across the aisle to help make this project a reality. I know we're not here without your work in D.C. I want to thank Justin Snow. I know, of course, Senator Yeager already thanked him, but I've got to say this. Justin and his team at the Roane Alliance have worked incredibly hard to make today possible, running point on Project IKE with ECD since January 17th when we submitted SSP-2, which is the site, for those that don't know, SSP-2 is a 900-acre site right behind this building, and we submitted it in a very unusual way with the text and a map. And for those of you who don't know, that's not normal, but it got us to where we are here today. So thank you, Justin, and your team. I want to thank Mayor Terry Frank, who's here somewhere. There she is, Mayor Frank, for being here from Anderson County. She was key to our recruitment. John Luke talked about what how welcoming our community was. Mayor Frank, not even being from this county, but being such an important piece of our recruitment team, was a huge demonstration of regionalism and how we all stand together to promote nuclear power here and what's possible when we work together. So thank you, Mayor Frank. I also have to thank our DOE-EM leadership and UCOR, their contractor UCOR leadership. Jay Mullis, Aaron Sutton with EM, Ken Reuter with UCOR, and your team were critical to the success of this project. Everything that John Luke found out about this site, was through them and their whole team. So thank you. TVA's role, as you've heard, was critical to this project. No pun intended, using the word critical as a dad joke. So thank you, Jeff Lyash, Don Mold, John Bradley, Merrill Harris was at the table all along the way, Adam Murray, Derek Collins. Thank you all so much for your dedication in helping find a way to get this done. And thank you for the helicopter that you provided for our executives to be able to see the site with our help from our EM and UCOR partners. I want to thank Dr. Chris Whaley and his team at Roane State, especially Mike McGill. Mike's presentation about workforce in one of our site visits was an absolute turning point when he talked about what is in the pipeline and what we can do in workforce development, and also what's already here in the nuclear workforce. Also want to thank our University of Tennessee leadership, represented here by President Randy Boyd and Chancellor Dondi Plowman, for your conversations with Arano about how strong the nuclear engineering program here is here with University of Tennessee, and for creating the new nuclear engineering minor. Dr. Phil Oldham is here from Tennessee Tech, and the renewed nuclear engineering program that Tech is standing up played a huge role in our workforce development presentation. And there's so many people that play key roles. I know I'm leaving so many out, but these were turning points. People that created points in this project recruitment that made a huge difference. But so many others, our congressional delegation, our Roane County Commission, Oak Ridge City Council, both IDBs all played a huge role today even. ETEDA and Brad Mall, Oak Ridge National Lab, Y12, NNSA, DOE Office of Science, Christine Michael with the Oak Ridge Chamber, they all played huge roles. If you're in this room, basically you played a role. But these played special roles. It took all of us to make history happen. It will take all of us to make this a starting point instead of a finish line. And I'm excited about our future knowing what we accomplished here together. And I want to thank all of you. One last thing. There will be a celebration gathering immediately following today at the K25 History Center, back where everybody parked. Everybody's welcome. We'd love to see you there. Just get together and celebrate. Thank you all.
Thank you, County Executive. Now it's my honor to introduce Oak Ridge Mayor Gooch. Please come up, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner McWhorter, and thank you, Governor, for your outstanding leadership in making this day possible. And to everyone in the room, thank you for being here on this historic day, this historic announcement. And you've all played a part in this successful day. To Jean-Luc and your entire team, vive la France. And we have lots of beautiful homes for sale in Oak Ridge and Roane County. I want to thank our city manager, Randy Heeman, my colleagues on city council who are all here, Roane County Executive Cresswell, the Roane County Commission, the Oak Ridge and Roane County IDBs for their unanimous support and vote this morning to move Project IKE forward. That is indicative of how we all are working together. Since the days of the Manhattan Project was established, Oak Ridge has been in the forefront of advancing nuclear innovation and supporting the nuclear industry in the United States and indeed around the world. As we welcome Arano USA to Oak Ridge and Roane County, we understand the necessity of strengthening our domestic nuclear fuel supply free from Russia and Chinese influence. As Secretary of Energy Janet Granholm said earlier this year, jump-starting uranium enrichment capacity here in the United States is critical to strengthening the national security and growing our domestic nuclear energy. Project IKE will do that and will create hundreds of good new paying jobs in East Tennessee. We all understand the complexity of addressing energy independence. However, our security and our healing our environment demands our continued collective action. The world looks to the United States for leadership, and for over 80 years, our country has relied upon Oak Ridge for solutions to protect freedom and to enhance the lives of our fellow Americans. Working collaboratively together, we will continue to meet that responsibility. For years, many of you have heard me say, great things happen in Oak Ridge every day. And Oak Ridge was created to be great, not average. Great, not average. Today, September 4th, 2024, is a historic day in Oak Ridge, our state, and our country. And Project IKE will add to a legacy of great accomplishments in our community, in our state, and in our nation. John Luke, again, thank you, and Orena, thank you for choosing Oak Ridge. God bless our country, our troops, and freedom-loving people all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, what a great day in Oak Ridge. I believe this was said, but I want to remind everybody again, Orano's multi-billion-dollar project represents the single largest investment in the Tennessee history. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and that's why we had a lot of people speaking today. And I have to make a few more comments before we break. You heard probably a lot of things today, but one of those, hopefully you heard team effort. Literally team effort from at the local level all the way to DC. And there are a few people that I do want to recognize. Some have been recognized, but I want to make sure that I do as well, because without their support, this wasn't going to happen, just guaranteed. First and foremost, out of the governor's office, many of you know Brandon Gibson. The nuclear effort was sort of championed behind the scenes by Brandon and in the governor's office. So Brandon's the COO with the state. So Brandon, thank you for your leadership. I also want to recognize President Randy Boyd, Chancellor Plowman, for your contribution and hospitality during this recruitment process. Roane State President Chris Whaley. I know this has been mentioned before, but Tennessee Tech, such a significant partner, key critical partner to our state, and President Phil Oldham. Mike and Denise Mullis. Mike and Denise were representing Orano in this process, and as their consultants and tough negotiators, I must say, but we appreciate you all and all the work that you did to make this a reality. Obviously, ORNL, UCOR, also want to recognize DOE and Undersecretary Richmond. Thank you for being here as well, and your partnership and support throughout this project. Members of the Nuclear Advisory Council, Commissioner Salyers, he's here, and he is sometimes confused with being the Economic Development Commissioner. I take personal offense to that, but he is truly a great partner of ours. A special shout out to my team, Callie Cook, who was the Business Development Director and really point person on this project, Braden Stover, Lenny Baronis, Gary Human, and his team with the East Tennessee region. I also want to make a special note, Deputy Commissioner Alan Borden, who you all may know. I can say this personally, that I wouldn't be standing here making this announcement if it wasn't for Alan. Alan did a tremendous, tremendous job really navigating what was very complex project, particularly at the local level. And I will say, they're the local, and they, I believe, approved this today, but really important that the local, both the city and the county, get behind this, and we really took their lead in this. We listened to what was really important to them to make this happen, and that's what we did, and that's what Alan did. Finally, promise I'm almost finished, thank you to Consolidated Nuclear Security and their staff, their assistance in making this event very possible. What a great facility and production. Thank you. It's an honor to take part of this announcement today for me personally. It's been fun, a lot of work, but Jean-Luc, we welcome you to Tennessee and this company, and looking forward to very many years of great success and decades to come. So that concludes our program, and I believe we are going to be taking some photos now in press avail. So thank you. We're over here. All right. Thank you all.